parody of itself. Welcome back, guys. Hopefully, hopefully I can remember how to do this. But where's studio? There we go. Live chat, where's script status, and donation banners. Hopefully this gets enough views, but I don't think we're gonna hit what we did like a week ago. So this is political compass test, infinite values. Now there are about 185 questions on this test. I assume it's not perfect at all. I'm going to just proceed on very shuffled. Just because. Just shit. That was not supposed to happen. We're already 10 seconds into the stream and something bad already happened. I can feel it. But let's go to X. Let's go to X. What are we gonna do? No, I'm doing this in three accounts, I think. Unless he got rid of his thingy. Yeah, I'm just making sure. This is a longer political compass test, but many people consider me extremely agree it's a waste of time trying to rehabilitate some criminals. Well, what is your definition by some? What do you mean by some? What do you mean by some? What do you mean by what do you mean by time? What is time? See, Jordan Peterson walks into the room. What is time? I think time is sort of something we don't understand. When you're cleaning your room, it takes a certain amount of time for you to clean it. Sorry. Some criminals. What does this mean? Disagree, I guess. Means of production should belong to the workers. Extremely disagree. Older people often have more experience and knowledge. Not necessarily. A lot of times they can also have things like Alzheimer's, things like amnesia. Those are pretty common among old people as well. And we have to recognize that not every old person is going to have the same knowledge and experience as any of us. They probably have more experience, but they could have also just been lazing around for 80 years meanwhile you have done something else. Of course, they're not going to have as much knowledge about the new world. They've been around for. Imagine you have an 80-year-old and 20-year-old. Which one do you think has more of an idea of what's going on around the world? I think 20-year-olds, because he's faster, he's more witty. Doesn't matter at which time period this is. This will generally be true. This will generally be true with that throughout American history, not only American history, but world history. It is pretty constant that we have old people who don't know a lot of things and young people who know plenty of things. It's not necessarily that one is more knowledgeable, has more experience than the other. It's just that you can't just go off of someone's age. So I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say strongly disagree, I'm just going to say disagree. I've currently two excluded from many things. Pretty much the opposite. I think they're being coming to included in a lot of things. For example, when you look into the social medias, when you look into politics, uh, they're way too included. I mean, I could say this about, but really anything. We had kids running math societies that could signify two things: that either every single mathematician in the world is dying, or that every single mathematician, or that math has progressed a lot through the years, right? Well, if that didn't happen, then there would be no case for this. Yeah, disagree. Just a simple disagree. The population should be too intelligent. No, there's no such thing as being too intelligent. If you can reason facts-based logic, if you can do facts-based logic, then you're intelligent. You don't need to prove that to anyone. You don't need to be dumber than you already are. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, but sometimes it's a sin. It's a sin to be ignorant, to not know what's going on around the world, to not know about the different perspectives from different sides. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, but sometimes ignorance is a sin. The market regulates itself if the government steps away from the economy. Yeah. The national government protects minorities better than some local governments do. No. The interests of a nation's legal citizens, and I say this because in most societies it is the rule where the the ethnic majority takes hold of the ethnic minority. But over a long period of time, they're never going to go to the whims the ethnic minority, even if local governments do so. The United States is a really, really important exception to that. It is the most exceptional exception to that rule, where the national government passed laws prohibiting discrimination of the states that were doing discriminating against certain minorities. And it's really obvious, I think. Um, well, that's because it's the United States is an exceptional case of an exceptional outlier. Most governments do not do this. Most governments do not do this. Let's take Iraq. Let's take Saudi Arabia. Those countries, for example, they're either run by the minority in which this question wouldn't be applied because they're oppressing the majority, and that's not a good thing, or they are oppressing the minority in all sorts of ways. America is special in that it didn't go through this. The interests of the nation's legal citizens are more important than the interests of migrants. What do you mean by the interests? Do you mean like welfare? If it's welfare, then no. They're both equally invalid if it's welfare. It's depending on what this question is asking. I don't like worded questions like this because it doesn't take into account people that say certain things. So I don't like certain languages in general. Like the English language is not agglutinative per se. In German, you can have agglutinativity and phrasing such that something sounds better, something sounds good. English is unique in the fact that you have a wide spectrum of words that mean the same thing but at a different intensity level. So, say the word furious and the word mad. If I told you someone was furious with you, that is a more intense indicator than the word mad. Not a lot of languages have that. When you get when you look at certain languages like Japanese, French, maybe Chinese, they might have certain words, certain a certain spectrum of which they talk about things, so like less intense to more intense. But English is the most extreme in that. That spectrum is wide in that spectrum. Um, it basically is like a true spectrum, whereas in other languages they don't really have a true spectrum to speak of. Um, I was talking about languages for a bit. Sorry. Uh, guess I don't know. Basic utilities like roads. No. Uh, it would be better if humans were extinct. No. How would we? How is that morally good? How is that? How can you defend that? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how you can defend that. It's like that one meme where it's the guy like where's the guy just saying shit like I want to kill people. Mom, I think he wants to kill us. Um, no, no, not you in particular. Just people. Just everyone. I just want to kill everyone. Not you in particular. Hi, I saw that Liberty Bear streaming it on Twitter. Yeah, I'm streaming. He's not streaming. Sadly, we couldn't make an awesome sauce for today, which means we're down to 7 viewers. So, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Um, I swear to goodness, if somebody taps on my wall one more fucking time. How do I repost this? I don't know how to repost this. I'm trying to see how I repost this. How do I... Okay. I can't. Okay. I think I'm good. I don't think he's as successful as me. Humble opinion. We should try to avoid wars and conflicts as much as possible. Yeah, violence is sometimes unavoidable in order to achieve real change. Violence is almost never acceptable. You can accept small incremental changes. If corporations exist, they should be mostly state owned. What the fuck is this question, dog? Okay. The current law system is too strict and absolute. Yeah. Only corporations should have the ability to own weapons. What is this question asking? I'm sorry, what is this? Okay, what does this measure? What does this measure? Only corporations should have the ability to open weapons. Okay. If this is saying if this is saying the opposite of only the government wants to have should have the ability to have weapons, then I'm completely okay with that. If it's only corporations and not people or any other individuals, and I don't think it should happen. Be my guess. What is this question asking really? Uh, I got no clue. I know I got no clue what this question is asking. Um. Oh shit! I need to look at the chat stream. I need to try to bring him to look at the stream, so I have to go on his channel. Uh, how did it shoot up? Wait, I just saw that, right? It's not my eyes messing with me. He just got 291 today. He jumps 5 every time, which is crazy to me. Because I don't because the last video was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 followers and growth. I say no. See, here's the thing: are they trying to ask if it's only the government that shouldn't have weapons, or is it that only corporations should have weapons? I mean, I understand why you say no. I'm just very cautious. If this is a communist that wants us to say otherwise and make us seem a little more communist than we genuinely are. I'm gonna say strongly disagree. I'm seen as selfless and kind of person by other people. Not necessarily selfless, but a little bit of a kind person, I would think. If a person has nothing to hide, he has nothing to fear. The saying should be. I mean, that's just a lie because it doesn't say should. It's not even an opinion. It just doesn't say should. That's just a lie. That's just a straight up lie. Logic is a social construct. Press enter on accident. Okay. Finding ways to solve climate change is a waste of time. Yeah. Without an organized system, society will be messy and chaotic. Yeah. Like, do you mean like a hierarchy? Should I say agree? Like you mean with a state or without a state? Because there's a difference between there's sort of a spectrum of you have one side where it's extremely disorganized, it's like actual like communist anarchy, and then you have like slightly above that it's anarcho-capitalism, and then slightly above that it's like parallel libertarianism, slightly above that it's minarchism, slightly above that it's libertarianism, slightly above that it's um, sort of liberal conservatism, slightly above that is conservatism, slightly above that is more liberalism, and then you see where I'm going with this, right? So based on this, which level of the spectrum does he want us to be on? Sort of more stateless or less stateless? Because I have no idea. The society will be messy and chaotic. Is this in support of hierarchies or is this in support of the state? How an organized system. So what is this organized system? Well, one organized system? I have no idea. I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT because there are nuances to these questions that I don't think the author of this piece will ever wanted to come to light. I'm just stupid. Yeah, I just realized no matter what, I should say no, right? I mean, I should say it. Yes, right. I shouldn't say the communist answer, obviously, but yeah, it's a little ambiguous. What does yeah in organized system? I just add ChatGPT and it's like this is a very vague phrase. In an organized system, it could be government centered. It could be institutional centered. It could be woke. It could be. I don't know. I don't know what this question is trying to ask. Like there could be a number of things that it could be asking, and I have no idea what it's asking. You know. Also, why does no one join the Rumble? I'm here on the Rumble. Everyone's joining in on X. Last time we had how many viewers on Rumble? We had like 84 viewers on Rumble. I remember so specifically, and then we had like a crazy like at its peak, like viewer at specific time it was like 95 for X, something crazy like that. I don't think we're gonna have that again, but it's nice to think that we could because last time we were here we had like 40 people. But that's yeah. But what should I do? What should I pick? Nostalgic Sky. That's your question to answer. I should probably look at the X. No, I should look at my at the state of this. So whoever wants to pitch in their answers is welcome to. Um, I just have no idea what this question is trying to ask because this an organized system. Okay, what's an organized system? Is an organized system one organized system or is it many organized systems? Is it woke? Is it any other type of thing like that? You messy? Agree as long as the system is voluntary. As long as it's not. So you mean disagree? Because it's saying because it's not saying with an organized system, society will be messy and chaotic. It's saying without an organized system. So that sounds sort of giving into the organized system. Then again, I have no idea what the question is asking in the first place. As long as it's voluntary. So disagree as long as it's voluntary. I think. I think. Unless you genuinely think it's agree. System. Society will be messy and chaotic. Without an organized system, society will be messy and chaotic. Without an organized system. Me too. Without an organized system, society will be messy and chaotic. Without an organized system, society will be messy and chaotic. Without an organized system, society will be messy and chaotic. Without an organized system, society will be messy and chaotic. Without an organized system, a society will be messy and chaotic. You see, it's not getting to me. It's not getting to me at all. It's not getting to me at all. I can't understand what this question is trying to ask because oh shit. Okay, without an organized system, society will be messy and chaotic. Without an organized system, society will be messy and chaotic. Without an organized system, society will be crazy and messy and chaotic. Right. Uh, just press neutral. At this point, might as well. Life was much better a few decades ago. And what metric? What metric are we going by? What metric? Like, there are certain metrics you could argue. There's certain argue either case. You could look at the religious rate for certain people. You could look at how we kept traditional values. You could look at GDP per capita. You could look at unemployment. You could look at how large the state has gotten. You could look at all these other things, and they're all against each other. They all say things against each other. Probably religion. Uh, sure, let's go with that. In terms of religion, absolutely agree. If certain people migrated into their countries, it's important for them to assimilate to our culture. It's not that important. It's important for them to assimilate into our culture. It's not important for us to them to assimilate uh, into our culture. It would be more preferable for the person that is going into our culture to assimilate into us, so that they know the customs and rules of society. Uh, and what do I mean by this? I mean by this by saying that let's take a Spanish person and let's just put them in the middle of 1800s New York. Right? They're not gonna know how to move up into the world without assimilating to American culture. All right, let's just chuck a modern day Mexican into the middle of Wyoming. They're not gonna know anything about America. They're not gonna be able to get a job unless they start speaking English. If that makes sense. So no, I don't think it's important for us. It is important for them. So I'm going to say strongly agree. The community should suffer the gains and losses together. Absolutely not. If the current career system is being used, a person's personal and work life should stay separate. I'm getting thirsty. So I'm getting thirsty. So I might as well just go and grab some water. You guys should probably repost my repost. Please, I'm begging you. We need more viewers. We need more followers on the Rumble, and I'm gonna get water. Career system is being versus what? That doesn't make sense. I'm back. Welcome back to the stream. I know I was gone for like 10 seconds. Trust, I had like water within like 20 feet of me. Don't worry. I had an infinite supply of water next to me at all times. I am the water man. I am Shark Boy. I am Shark Boy, also known as joining the YouTube. I don't know. Look. I hope we can get somebody on YouTube, please. Um, if the current career system is being used, a person's personal and work life should stay separate. I have no idea about that one. The current career system is being used. Stay separate. Current career system is being used. A person's personal and work life should stay separate. Um, should or has to? Is this a tradition question or is this an authority question? I think it's a tradition question. I'm going to say agree. Not strongly agree, but agree. Staying realistic is important. Yeah. Inheritance, yeah. Certain ideas cannot be tolerated in context. All ideas are tolerant, including intolerance. I don't care if you guys. What even is your YouTube? Look. Okay. I will have this up. I will have this up soon. Because I actually don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what my YouTube is. Because it was I'm gonna thank I'm going to thank the Liberty Bear for this later, but I had no idea this existed until like yesterday. There we have it. We have there we have it. We have something preview for tomorrow. That was 9 months ago. Holy shit. We are old as fuck. We don't have live streams? What do you mean we don't have live streams? Huh? Wait. He has access to my actual account. Wait, what? No way. Though I don't think it's available on YouTube right now. But there we go. There we go. We have it. We have it. Uh harder and generally worse than it is a few decades ago. This might be a tradition question again. Again, traditionally, I don't think so. Capitalism is the most successful and beneficial economic system yet. My political ideas are fundamentally different from the status quo. Subdivisions should not be able to, to exempt from national law. Wait, what? To exempt? What does to exempt mean? Free from an obligation. Yeah, I knew that. Free from an obligation or responsibility imposed on others. So, should not be able to be exempt from national law, from national laws. I don't know. Laws are pretty cruel, so disagree. A certain amount of violence is required in order to establish my ideology. No, even when pressing, yeah, the owner of business should own the means of production because he took the risks of bankruptcy. Should own the means of production because he took the risks. Yeah, most decisions should be made according to logic, even if it makes, yeah. A federal state is better than a unitary state. Keep forgetting what unitary means. Yeah. Federal unitary. I don't know about unitary, Chief. Unitary just seems a little communist to me. You have to convince me on that. I'm not gonna lie. Just seems a little commie. You need 50 subs to stream on YouTube. Fuck this, bro. Guys, get me to 50 subs right now. It will affect the YouTube stream. I promise. We'll let YouTube stream. Federal state is better than a unitary one. Yeah. Each ethnicity should stay in their own communities. I don't think so. Disagree. Slightly disagree with that one. The quality of life will be improved substantially in the future. Yeah. Letting technology develop too much is very dangerous. It would be best if the birth rate was higher than it is currently. Yeah. If a child voluntarily chooses to work, they should be allowed to work. Yeah. Horseshoe theory is correct. To a certain extent, I would say no, and I would say yes. I'd say slightly agree on that, because there are certain ideas that communists have that are in alignment with libertarian ideas. It's just that we have a difference on how to solve those problems. And then again, conservatives and liberals complain about the same things, about the same thing the other side complains about. It's just that they didn't realize that they're complaining about the same thing they're complaining about. And to a certain extent, there are opposites. And opposites can be sort of similar, but they're also more primarily different. That's why we have opposites of the political spectrum, because if you have opposites of the political spectrum, because when you have opposites of the political spectrum, you have, I don't know, I'm just clicking something. Being self-sufficient is a positive trait. Freer business ideology could seem it's scary to people. Yeah, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So basically, well, I don't remember exactly what this quote means. Because I remember it was Mahatma Gandhi that said it. I don't remember, like, it was I think it was, no, it was, oh, it was in the Code of Hammurabi, yeah. Okay. An ancient principle of, of retributive justice, meaning punishment should be equal to the crime, like causing a small injury in return, intended to limit excessive revenge, not encourage it. So, I guess this is sort of close to the NEP, but not close enough. I don't think it's close enough to the NEP, but I think it could be a good idea. It's not. It's just not complete yet. A strong and large government is the best for society. Life was horrible a few centuries ago. Yes, we should not chase progress like cultural progress. I don't think we should strive to chase cultural progress. I think inevitably that leads to like big government. You should not chase it. You should just let it happen. If progress wants to do progress, then let progress do it. If regression wants to do regression, then let regression happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Selfish and evil ideology. And to a certain extent, I agree. To a certain extent, I can look at it and see that sort of like what JD Vance said, but not exactly. So take care of yourself first, and then you take care of your country, and then you take care of the world or whatever the fuck. And I think there is sort of more nuance to that. So when you say you need to take care of yourself before you can take care of others, because you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of others. You can't take care of your family, you can't take care of the community, you can't take care of your state, you can't take care of the country, you can't take care of the world. So taking care of the world first, seeing a country first, or a portion of a country, or a portion of land first, a portion of people in the land first, or a portion of the company, this seems sort of empathetic in a sense that if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people. So I'm going to say slightly agree. Free trade often harms local businesses and workers. Uh, yeah, but we don't need knocker uppers. We don't need knocker uppers anymore. Because in the olden days, you didn't have alarm clocks, you need knocker uppers. Imagine your job was to knock on people's windows, walk around at like 5 a.m. in the morning. You would need knocker uppers and knocker uppers, of course. Um, yeah, that's it. Companies should be encouraged to reduce working hours, like by the government or by unions. Uh, no, they should be hierarchical. Yeah, society doesn't need to be organized to some extent. Yeah, women should be able to choose to abort a fetus. Departureism. So, mm, if a state exists, its size should be minimized. Yeah. The freedom of businesses is the best way society can prosper. Workplaces should be worker owned. Strong leadership maximizes the efficiency of a nation. No, not necessarily. Progression is vital to human society. Again, I don't think so. And it's not vital. It's just inevitable that it will happen. As well as things are inevitable to happen that makes progression possible. You can have regression and progression at the same time, happening in different areas of the world. They can't happen both at the same time at the same area of the world. As one culture experiences progression, there is likely to be another culture across the world that experiences regression. How about it? How about a mouse? Isn't democracy is preferable to direct democracy? I hate direct democracy. Representative democracy is much better than direct democracy. It's still shitty. It's still bad. It's still one of the worst things. It's not as bad as a direct democracy. Rehabilitation is more important than punishment, to some extent. To some extent, I wish I could live in the past. I wish I could live in the past. Is this a religion question? Do I wish that I went to Latin Mass every Sunday? That I would go to, I don't know, that I would play baseball, stuff like that. Is this what it's asking, or is it asking to? Is it asking something else entirely? That's the bad question. That's a question. What the fuck, man? Sorry, I just clicked on YouTube to check the YouTube thing because I don't think we're getting any subscribers from that. I just saw a video from Kurt's Gazette, and I'm now traumatized. Um, but more generally, we should probably put these in the group chat. Group chats. So just in case nobody's saying this, I wish I could live in the past to some extent. I agree. There are things in the past that were better than they are now. There are also things in the present better than they are as they were then. So let me give you an example. The size of the Hummer was better about 300 years ago than it is now. However, the 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 healthcare system wasn't as efficient as it is now. The reason it's so efficient now is not because of the government, because private companies got better over time at solving people's issues, and now they're nonprofits and such. So there's that. Yeah, democracy is the least worst system of government. Uh, there's worse. Medieval art looks good. Yeah, it does. It does. Everybody should be able to do whatever they want to do to a certain extent. Yeah, I strongly agree. Well, as long as it's like voluntary and stuff. Computers become smarter than humans. Computers should rule. Should rule. I don't think anybody should like rule. Maybe rule a company. Maybe they have in campus with robots. We have automated industries. But when it comes to, it's not a religion question. It's an entirely different scale. So which one? This one? I wish I could live in the past. It's an entirely different scale. I have no idea what that scale could be. It could be religion. It could be tradition. Tradition is probably the one it is. I think. So yeah, slightly agree. Slightly disagree. There's worse, but there's not. Democracy still not. Medieval art looks good. Should yeah. Smarter than humans, computers should rule. Agree to a slight extent. Race and ethnicity should matter. Shouldn't matter when applying to jobs. And if an individual is an individual, whether you look at it. Of course, there will be some biases towards certain individuals, depending on what features they have, their genetics. But should an individual get treated poorly just because the rest of his mates are not on the same level as him? I don't think so. So I think I have a strong thing. Climate change is not real. I don't think it's not real. I just think it's overblown. Just a post-future axis. What the hell is post-future axis supposed to be, man? Man, the fuck are you talking about? How is it not? How is it not tradition? I thought it was tradition. I guess after. Oh, just post past. What? Okay. Climate change is not real. I say to a certain extent, yeah, it is real. Is it as bad as they say it is? Probably not. Here's why I think that's true. The reason why I think that's true is because for decades they've been screaming the same lines over and over again. So in the 70s, they said that New York City was going to flood in 15 years. In 1985, they said New York was going to flood in 15 years. In 2005, they said New York was going to flood in like 10 years. In 2015, they said New York was going to flood in 5 years. New York has never flooded, at least not to the extent as the Netherlands have. New York is just not that kind of city. Actually, if you want to take a look at another place that's facing the opposite problem, look at Mexico City. Mexico City is is it's drying up. And the water reservoirs that are underneath Mexico cities are drying up due to incompetence. So I would say slightly agree or slightly disagree. So I'm just going to say slightly disagree. Having a minimum age for a job is crucial, like set by law, or I'm just going to ask ChatGPT, what axis is this? Because depending on the axis, social liberty axis. It could be, or it could be that it should be companies that should do that. Private companies. I'm going to say disagree. Weapons should be privatized to the free market. Yeah. Maintaining culture is very important. Yeah. My ideology is contradictory. No. Work can be an enjoyable experience as long as any person finds the right job for them. Work can be an enjoyable experience as long as any person finds the right job for them. Yeah. Need to be more open towards radical ideas. Yeah. It is difficult for me to construct complete sentence. No, I can complete sentences just fine. I can do run-on sentences. Run-on sentences for me are a piece of cake. Maybe I can do them too well, though. Like because when I was a wee young lad, I used to do a lot of run-on sentences, and my teachers always complained, "You're doing too many long run-on blah, 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 run-on sentences." God, I can't talk. Yes, you don't need communism for public health care. This guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You see what Venezuela happened? Uh, Canada, Canada, woman lost her leg. Britain, in Canada, they're encouraging to kill themselves. They're encouraging people to kill themselves, and people don't realize that down in the Nordic countries, it's much more than private, than publicized healthcare, publicized other things that make Nordics so happy, and Nordic people so happy. Of course, those are very important industries, and the Nordics are suffering because of EU imposing them on them. This is not related to the infinite value system. I'm just saying this in general. People don't realize that the Nordics don't have a minimum wage. They don't. And they have so businesses have so much freedom to do what they want, and they're like much better than the rest of Europe. That's for sure. Um, even compared to Germany, even compared against France, even compared to England, they're much happier in a certain sense because they're not publicizing these industries. A god or higher being exists, yeah. In a political chart, the more axes, the better. The more axes, the better. What can I say to this? In a political chart, the more axes, the better. I don't like math, but I don't think it's true for all cases. Because, of course, not every logical system is going to be equal, and there's going to be some things you can't answer with, even with a set of infinite axioms. You can't solve everything with infinite axioms. And there's still things you can't solve. Um, but hey, who knows? Maybe I am wrong with this one, but I hope that a certain values on this just do correct. Um, Disagree. We should only judge an action based on its consequences. No. Any thought or belief needs to be proven materialistically. Needs to be proven materialistically. Chat, what does this mean? Hey, chat, what does this mean? Any thought or belief needs to be proven materialistically. That sentence is making a philosophical claim about knowledge, not direct a political one. Any thought of believing is proven realistically. Plain language, a belief only counts as valid or meaningful if it can be observed, measured, tested, or physically demonstrated in the material world. Absolutely not. Are you fucking stupid? Are you an engineer? Basically a religion thing. Um, Religion should be spread as much as possible. Law and order is more important than freedom and liberty. The current law system is too strict. Future looks bright. It is necessary for the government to intervene. No. If society becomes too open-minded, society would become an unstable and unsafe. What do you mean by open-minded? Do you mean no aggression open-minded, or do you mean like lexical open-minded or transgender open-minded? Because to a certain extent, it could be true, it could not be true, depending on what you mean by what is open-minded to you. But what does being open-minded mean? Well, open-minded means to respect receptive of ideas, different opinions, and experiences without immediate judgment. Now, open-mindedness does not mean that you don't make a decision. That you're just the only thing that open-mindedness really means is that you make your decision later. You make your decision on make your thoughts known well after the fact. Not well after the fact, but you know what I mean. So, sort of like what I was doing with the Rene story, which is like she got ice hit by like she got shot by an ICE agent. People were saying he was hit. I'm still waiting for a lot of like information to come out. I still haven't made a decision whether that was justified. Well, here's the thing: ICE is obviously moral, but is what that specific ICE officer was what he did necessarily moral? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it could be self defense. Maybe it is not self defense. Whenever someone tells you to be open minded, it means listen to my opinion. That is true. Open mindedness has become a sort of a buzzword. Like I need to get water. I should have gotten the water. Ah, jeez. So I just nitpick too much. I just nitpick too much. If society becomes too open-minded, society will become unstable and unsafe place. I think open-mindedness has become a buzzword to mean everything I like, everything that the person that's saying you're not open-minded, you don't support my ideas. And so I'm telling you to be open-minded. They're telling you, hey, I want you to agree with me because I am open-minded. I am open-minded. You are not. I am open-minded. You are not. It's stupid. What open-mindedness really means is just that you take into perspective all opinions. You make a logical conclusion based on that, and also based on your moral system too. Doesn't necessarily mean that you take in perspectives from all sides and then you come to a conclusion hastily. No, it means you observe logically what flows from your logic. Uh, I don't know. This is to a certain extent. I say yes. To a certain extent, it all depends on what they had in mind when they said open-mindedness. Of course, open-mindedness is a buzzword. Let's see here. Oh, jeez. Why can't I get? Why can't I get people to join my Rumble? Dog. Okay. I will send the Rumble in the chat. You guys will do numbers with those, because nobody's joining the Rumble. The only the only thing that the he needs to have views is the Rumble, not um not the X. Oh shit, that was disgusting. Holy shit. I need to eat less. Jesus, heartburn. Oh. I think I'm fine. I think I can continue. If society becomes too open-minded, society would become unstable and unsafe. Uh, Sorry, I'm still making my decision. Is real farting? No, I just had burp. But anyways. Anyways, guys. Oh shoot. Alright, guys. If society becomes too open-minded, just open-mindedness means it's guy. Ah! What does open-mindedness mean here? Are you stupid? You couldn't have given us your personal dictionary? What do you mean by open-minded? I'm just slightly angry about it. We should make many efforts to increase the intelligence of the population by the state or by private companies. I think private companies should do that. Yeah, of course, that should probably happen, right? Developing advanced technology is the best way to solve climate change. Yeah, of course. Globalization is must be a minor spelling mistake. We got him, guys. Um, being suitable is more important than being popular for a leader. Yeah, I guess so. Utopian society? The utopian society cannot exist. We can get close to it, not really. You know? A truly utopian society is described in the Book of Revelations and can only be achieved in the Book of Revelations. I accidentally pinned something. If not, if one on Wiz. It's not. Okay.
If you don't love America, then get the fuck out. Let's go. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law.
Done many wrong things in the past. Yeah, like be a communist. I remember that time when I was a wee lad. Killing animals for food isn't immoral. Intervention is generally beneficial. I support the death penalty. Uh, life is short but meaningful. We should not waste it. Yeah. Any person should be able to say whatever they want without consequences. Should always listen to their parents. Not always. Sometimes they have a situation like in an abusive household. That should not always be the case. A lot of times, it should be encouraged to tell the child, "Hey, you know, I would encourage you to listen to what I say because I am your guardian. I'm supposed to protect you. The parents have an obligation, like a private company, to protect their child, and there's an incentive for them to do that. It's called feelings. It's called that feeling when you just have a kid. That's the incentive to protect your kid. Yeah, and I sort of believe that it should be cut down, of course. But
do you suffer from a lack of a father figure? Do you have clinical depression? Have you ever accidentally broken your mom's favorite coffee cup, and when she found out you did it, she tied you to a bed and spanked you with a metal spatula? If you said yes to any of these things, I don't care. And to keep it a bean, we are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name.
Sorry about that. Jeez Christ, I need to swap them around. Okay, wait. Which side is the left side and which one is the right side? I think this is... Okay, this is the right side. And this is the left side. So this is the right mic. No, okay, this is the right headphone. This is the right headphone. Okay. Oh, okay. That's insane. Working for the community is more important than finding happiness. No. If a ruling body exists, it should be chosen by the people. No, that's a stupid fucking idea. The freedom of speech needs to be protected. Protected by who? Protected by you or protected by the government? Are you fucking stupid or are you retarded? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Often brings more bad than good. My nation is great. I agree. I should find myself hating other people. No, the Enlightenment was a mistake. Say should be changed or reformed. Interested, intelligent people should rule the country. Not directly rule. Let me see what you mean. Like private companies. Logic is a social construct. Like the idea of logic is a social construct. Logic itself is not a construct. It's not a social construct. Like a social construct. Like who asked this question? An engineer? Like ask an engineer what side of pi is. They'll give you an answer of 3 or 2 or whatever. Whatever the fuck they'll say. Sine pi is like e, but also e is like 2. So sine of pi is 2. Stupid fucking law. Okay, sorry. I just have like a distinct. I'm like Hardy. You know Hardy. You know who Hardy is? Hardy mathematician. He's in Spanish. Alright. Yep. No, we should look at this later. But was a prominent mathematician known for his number 3 consultant in formal education. His passion for theoretical physics, a pure mathematics course at students under engagement with getting into. Yeah. Basically, his life story is that he hated engineers. Logic is a social construct. No, you fucking idiot. Protecting the environment is very important. No, you fucking idiot. Oh, fuck. Some words should be changed. Some opinions are true. Yeah. There is a simple flow of logic that you must have in order to make your opinion. And if that opinion does not flow with the rest of your opinions, then that opinion is just simply wrong. It's just simply stupid, my guy. You're stupid. You're stupid. Like, let's say you have a disagreement on someone about whether communism is more beneficial than capitalism, and they say that communism all brings these wonderful things, and that will change mankind because mankind will be happier. And then you bring up the fact that saying that Vietnam was a successful communist country is sort of like saying that a child who died from polio lived a long and happy life. Just doesn't flow, my guy. Okay, that's not gonna flow around you. Okay, you're this ingenuous piece of shit. When I describe my political beliefs, it could be seen boring. No, it's important to be diverse at all times. No, democracy is unstable and easily corruptible. The most meaningful times spent are times when you do things in your own interest. Yeah, and action. Oh shit, my battery is low. Okay, wait. I need to recharge these because these aren't. Yeah. Okay. Fun fact. Actually, less fun fact. My charger, so the charger I use for my phone, my dad used it, and now it doesn't fit in my phone anymore. So it's like the opposite of getting whacked, if you know what I mean. Like imagine if you put your imagine if you put your penis in a black woman and then it just expands. You know, that's basically what happened to my charger. So now the one part of the charger doesn't fit on my phone anymore. It just fits on one side of the block of the charger. Not so fun fact. An action should be judged by a set of rules. Judged by a set of rules. A set of rules, like a logical set of rules, like the NMP or something else. Or do you mean by things like the IP or the law or modern law? Because I don't think so. Right? Not modern law. Abortion is murder to a certain degree, yes. Because it's you have it was your idea to have it in the first place. You knew the risk of having it. Sometimes spying on citizens is a good idea in order to combat terrorism. Yo, Zafari's on stream. Let's go. Look. You have to quote tweet this and send this to every single group chat you have stored. Please, guys, please, I need this. Please, I need this. Where's the sound? I need to find my sound.
Please, Pete, I need this. My mom is kind of homeless. I live with my dad. I want to help her out.
Oh my God, bro.
Please, Pete, I need this. My mom is kind of homeless.
Okay.
I live with my dad. I want to help her out.
Life has no meaning. No. Being organized is a positive trait. No. I have broken the law before. Yeah, we all have. I am productive. A religious government should be put in place. No, are you stupid? Look at what happened to the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages. That was a dark time for us because the church continuously improves. Because of course the church might get some things wrong. Of course, the Pope is never is not wrong in certain circumstances. But to a certain circumstance, of course the church has I agree with the church on a lot of its opinions, and you have to. But ultimately, there could be a situation where, just like in 1400s, in the 1400 church, you have Catholic figures being controlled by puppet head kingdom. That's like if Vladimir Putin, Nicolas Maduro, or someone like Lula Silva were like were were would be able to replace the Pope at any time for any reason. You know, that's just a bad idea, and that's just a bad idea overall. We're taking political compass tests if you didn't know. Also,
Please, Pete, I need this.
sorry, this is such a
My
ghetto
mom is
stream.
kind
I'm
of
sorry.
homeless.
It has 44 views.
I live
on
with my
X, so
dad. I
bad.
want to help her out.
Religious government shouldn't take place. No. A progression of technology has mostly been beneficial. We should slow down or reverse human progression. Technology development should be slowed down. It's important to prioritize our nation's interests over the rest of the world. Sort of, not really. The more layers of irony, the better. I guess so. Walls and fences should be set up in order to stop illegal immigration. If you want to protect your own property, that's fine. If you want your gated community to protect itself, that's fine. If somebody wants somebody else to come over the border, that's fine. I think the most effective way to not get people over the border is to eliminate welfare, because if you eliminate welfare, it's better than the status quo on like 90% of state systems. I guess so. Um, I mean, I guess so. But is it preferable to an anarcho-capitalist system, or is it something that could last a long time? Probably not. Um, in order to stop illegal immigration. Uh, Radical governments should be toppled by people given the smallest amount of force necessary to do so. Selfishness is a negative trait to a certain degree. I would say so, but to a certain degree, everything is selfish. I'm doing this for my own selfishness. You're watching this stream for your own selfishness. You helped that woman cross the street because you wanted to see the smile on her face. You could be happy too. That's selfish. You know, and ultimately comes down to what you want to do. That's every single decision to make is about what you want to do. It's not about what somebody else wants to do. If you want somebody to be happy, then you decide to make them do whatever they want. And that's still sort of selfish, because you want to see them smile, of course. Yeah, that's selfish. The best ideology is different for every nation. No, government should not be involved in a person's personal way of life. Laws should vary from from area to area and culture to culture within a country. Everybody should stay disciplined in most cases. Stay disciplined in most cases. Should stay disciplined in most cases. Yes. Okay. Free trade is benefits both sides in most cases. Every worker should own weapons. Corporations should be a dominant ruling force. The negative impacts of tariffs outweigh its positive impacts. This should be as peaceful as possible. Pakistocracy. That's a word I actually don't know. By the least suitable or competent citizens in a state. Is a good system? What? A political ideology has a substantial amount of followers. Substantial, you mean like billions of followers, millions of followers, or do you mean like a couple 100,000 people in Germany? And cap mogs, obviously, but I'm talking about if you have a state. I guess so. I guess so. I guess I should have changed my answer, but hey, you know what? Can't change it now. Some nations and cultures are incapable of respecting libertarianism. That's why exclusion and physical removal are paramount. Ideology has a substantial amount of followers. What is a substantial amount of followers? Like 43 people on here? No. It has to be like a couple thousand. Like, not obviously not as big as like Christianism or like if you asked me this 10 years ago, I would say yes, because back then I was a communist. But if you said is ANCAPism a predominant ideology right now with a substantial amount of followers, I would say no. That's just because of Javier Milei made it more mainstream, I think. I don't know, man. What is this? What's a substantial amount of followers? Amount to like ANCAPism. Anarcho-capitalism. So libertarians are around 11 to 14%. So if you change that to the entire world, at around 11 to 14%. Okay, so let's consider the fact that not every nation is as libertarian as the United States, and maybe I would say the only place that could probably have more libertarians is probably Argentina, because of how well Milei is doing in the country. So I would say 11%, or like 10% for each country. 10%, that's about 800 million people. 800 million people are libertarians. Let's say about half of those, let's say about a quarter of those are ANCAPs. There are factions within that. I would bet there are sub 4 million folks who would call themselves ANCAP, and most are Americans. Probably. Yeah. Every person should have access to basic education. Global country will be great for humanity. Taxation is theft. The existence of the state itself is a threat to our liberty. The government should stay out of people's daily lives. I am not perfect. Other organizations should be taxed as much as other organizations are. Preferably no tax rate. Okay, what is this saying? I have no idea what this is saying. Is it that if there are a certain amount of taxes, like what is this saying? Like I'm not. I have no idea what this is. Guys, repost this. Repost this on your X. Because I know you're right here. Because you have 42 views in the top right corner. I can see you guys. And you guys are in the top right corner. And I can touch you. Sorry, that was weird. But you guys can repost this. Please, Pete, I need this. My mom is kind of homeless. I live with my dad. I'm trying to help her out. And this tax church is like a company. So if I say yes, that means they want no taxes, right? On the company. But I don't know if there's a system that knows that necessarily. I forgot to do this. Wait, where's the other one? Oh no, I don't have the other one. I just have her refusing pork. Okay. So no taxes, I guess. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Okay, what's evidence versus proof? Information, facts supporting a claim, while proof is the conclusive higher standard where the evidence is so strong it establishes a claim and is true beyond a reasonable doubt. So extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So extraordinary claims require proof. And logical proof, that is. Whereas there is either video or DNA proof. I guess so. I don't know where I would land on that. Just say extremely disagree, to be honest. Yeah. There should be stricter laws on killing animals. Russian brings more negatives than positive. There are 2 spelling mistakes here. Who wrote this, man? Reality is only reality when the mind or soul thinks it is. Reality is constant. You can't change reality. This box, I can touch this. This Pyraminx that I'm holding in my hand is a Pyraminx as long as it exists. Right? This even if I did not have a concept of logic, this would still be a Pyraminx. If no one had a concept of logic, this would still be a physical thing that exists in this world. Probably wouldn't have the same name as Pyraminx. It could be called something else, but in this world, you'd still call it a Pyraminx. Wars do not need to be justified towards other countries. No. Some offensive words, no. Ideology is mainstream. I have to contradict myself. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not. Do I contradict myself? Reality is reality. Yeah, exactly. A decision is always bad if all people are against it. No. That's why democracy is bad. Privacy is more important than security. Privacy is more important than security. Yeah. Local governments can understand their citizens better than the national government could. Free trade is one of the best methods for developed. My political ideas can be established through smaller forms. Can. So let's say have Malay, probably. Most things can only be accomplished through a group. No, maybe like you'll pass you've accomplished onto another person. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's accomplished with another person. So you're accomplished with another person and by another person or to another person. They're completely different concepts. It's like I don't know how to describe it. Reality is shaped by human perception and understanding. Reality is reality. Get over it. Okay, let's see here. Oligarchy, anarchist, libertarian, diplomatic, patriot, conservative, traditionalist, transhumanist, religious, moderate, really, peaceful, pacifist, neocrat, tychocrat, kakistocrat, aristocrat, technocrat, cyberocrat, Democrat, electoral, constitutional, absolute, single-minded, direct democracy, neural network, cooperative, relativist, hyper-isolationist. What is this? What are these ones? Okay, monocultural, polycultural, reverse ethnostate, methanostate, what? Optimist, realist, hedonism, ethical Darwinism, free market, regulationism. I don't remember what I said that was wrong. Probably a lot of very poorly worded questions. A tree falling down would still make a noise even if nobody has close enough to hear it. Fetus tyranny, child labor, ageism, disorderly, rude. How dare you? Decentralism, nihilism, individualism, contradictory, interesting. Privacy, rehabilitation, alienation, pragmatic, scientific. Recent past. Lifeist. Complementary. Okay, this one has to be perfectly in one place or another. There's no way I can't see it with my eyes. Okay, maybe I'm suspecting it's this one. Deep ecology. No, it can't be. It has to be somewhere over here. Right. Horseshoe. J-reg. Jesus. Okay, negative tax, taxless. Favorite classical art, moral, rationalist, utilitarian, consequential, knowledge. Anti-grammar, free speech. Survivalist. Educating people, gun regulation. When did I say gun regulation? Well, like when did I say gun regulation? I'm pretty sure that there were like a lot of poorly, reverse tariffs, free trade, opinions, extinctionism, libertarian slavery. Yeah. Closed borders, 100-layer irony, sarcastic, post-irony. Okay, man. What's with the poorly worded questions on this shit? This shit had the most poorly worded questions I've ever seen in my life. They were very poorly worded. Or maybe I'm just stupid, or maybe less clicked a couple of times. I need to go back and look back on what I clicked and what I said. Because usually I didn't spend too much time on most questions. But I did spend 10 minutes on like 6 questions. Yeah, that's not gonna be all for today because I did promise you guys one thing. I'm gonna look through this guy's thing. Godfrey Harold Hardy was born in Cranley, local school, graduated in esoteric mathematics, and he was elected to college. The hell was that? Hardy graduated from Winchester. And he was elected to fellow life's work. Yada yada yada. He was a mathematician. Okay, I get it. He was a mathematician. I got more real quick. I'm very impatient, but I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this watch time up. Oh, I'm on a different. I'm in a different account. Yeah. Watch this. What the heck? This was 7 minutes ago. I keep telling people. Join the Rumble. Do the Rumble. Look at the Rumble. Look at the X. You don't do it. And I'm sad because of it. And I last time I had 90 something viewers. Considering it's only 3 p.m. right now, we could definitely reach that goal, 3 viewers. So, guys, what should I do next? What should I do next? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it would actually be this fast. I thought it was gonna be until like 5 p.m. because of the poorly worded questions, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be enough. Maybe the first couple of questions was like, yeah, poorly worded. I didn't think it was in the short thing. But how do I continue this? You guys want to see me do karaoke? No, I'm joking. I never do karaoke. That would be cringe to hear. I'm draggy. I'm not gonna lie. Compass test. I already did this on stream. Erm. Okay, vote Compass. UK general election. Take this test developed by political scientists to see how your views align with those to the political parties. I want to live in Scotland because that's where Zulu is. The minimum wage should be higher. The best way to prevent crime. How much of the UK do to reduce its? Yeah, there should be a limit on how much landlords. How difficult should it be to get? Yeah, EU citizens should be permitted to move to the UK without a visa. All right, chat. What do we think? What do we think here? What do we think on this specific question? I think this should be decided in the ultimate test. This. So this should be from 0 to 5. You're gonna see why in a second. There we go. We're gonna rely on this number. These two numbers are the same. They're not always the same. But I'm gonna rely on this randomness. So it's gonna be 3 by 3. And so just hit delete. I'm gonna let it run for a while. So how are you guys doing? Mine was pretty good. There wasn't any major event, so I could just sleep peacefully. Fuck. If you guys want to know how I did this, it's really simple. It's just take the this is what I was trying to do with this, but this genuinely does a random array of a different type than this one, which is why these two never match, like almost never match. It's just by chance that they actually match. However, this over here is a array formula, random array, and shit. So as you can see, this changes immediately. Why does this change immediately? Because this is actually an array formula again. Roman sequence A1, 1 and 2. So if you do this, it automatically does this, and this does this. And I wish there could be some sort of thing that could allow me to get an average from this to this, from this to this. and put it on me over here. It's just very hard to do that, and I haven't found a way to do that. Enough with that, though. Let's do this. I don't know. How much of the UK spend on national aid? Much less. Scottish Parliament should be able to call an independent referendum without intervention from the UK government. How many immigrants should the UK admit? No. The UK government should be allowed to override laws passed by the Scottish Parliament. How much tax should businesses pay? Workers should be required to maintain the minimum level of service while on strike. What is this, man? Migrants who enter the UK legally should be prevented from suddenly settling in the UK. How are we going to enforce that? What? There should be a ban on diesel and petrol cars? Diesel and petrol cars. No, Scotland should have its own for the EU. No, that's going to end badly. And how much power should the government no. UK should retain its own nuclear weapon. No, not the state. The state shouldn't have them. How much should people on high incomes pay in taxes? Much less. How much should government provide in benefits to people who are out of work? Much less. The prescription of puberty blockers should be banned. Look at my notifications. I deserve to suffer and die. What the hell is this in reference to? Grown ass men. Grown ass men. What is this? TM, let me know. This thread has 6 balls in it, okay? This thread has 6 balls in it. But yeah. Scotland should remain part of the United Kingdom. Incremental steps. I guess so. How much of a role? I'm curious what I do. How much of a role should private companies play in the NHS? What's more? Like National Health Service? National Health Service. I don't know. It's a private company, man. It's a private company. Okay. People should be allowed to legally change their gender without having to present a medical diagnosis. Legally change their gender? No legality. The UK should pay reparations to descendants of the slave trade. Hate crimes in Scotland have gone too far. The government should make it easier for foreign workers to fill vacant jobs in the NHS. Scotland should pass its own law on drug use. Scottish Parliament should set its own immigration policies. What do we think here? Should Scotland set its own immigration policies? What do we think here? Is no one going to comment? I literally said 6 balls earlier. Somebody commented then. They're not commenting now. Am I blind? Am I blind? Am I blind? I might as well check the thing. Might as well check. Just those hide avatars should timestamps pop out chat. Hide mod actions. Alright, guys. Ooh, we should have done this from the start. Wait. Oh, that's embarrassing. So there should be this. I still haven't found a way to get this, to average this without this situation going on here. This needs to be, what the fuck did I do here? Yeah. But this situation is cooked. This is cooked. This is cooked. Yeah. All of this is cooked. So yeah, this needs to be deleted because this is an array formula thing. Well, let's see here. We should have done this from the beginning. From the blah, blah, blah. Way to create jobs and government spending. General election. Scottish Reform UK. Okay, should I go Scottish Conservative? SNP? Or Reform UK? What should I do? No one's telling me anything. Please tell me something. Please speed up. I need this. Please speed. I need this. Where is it? Please speed.
Please, speed, I need this. My mom is kind of homeless. I live with my dad. I want to help her out.
I'm watching your speed stream. Why are you trying not to laugh, bro? That's disrespectful as shit. Stop fucking laughing, bro. What is your ethnic group? Somalian? Where is it? It's not true. What is the highest level of education you've attended? Postgraduate, no. Which of the following describes your combined family after taxes? Less than £300 per week. Please speed. Please, Elon Musk. I need this. My mom is kind of homeless. Please, Elon. Okay, I don't know how that sounds. Reform County is really that socioeconomically right? Wow. Also, what is Alba? I don't know Alba. Man. Okay. Policy profile, vote compass. I want vote compass. 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 Continue. Continue. Public schools should teach students about the rule of work. No. No. There shouldn't be public schools at all, actually. The U.S. should reduce its reliance on fossil fuels. No. I mean, it should. Just not like forced. You know what I mean? 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 I need more sound effects. I have boring fucking sound effects.
I've got a gun to your head. I'm about to rape you, and if you try to resist me as I rape you, I'll kill you. If you even think of screaming, I'll slit your throat right here in the—
What the fuck? What the fuck? That's
Okay. Okay, man. I have 50 viewers. Let's go. We finally made it. We finally made the big dogs. We're in this together. The federal government should raise taxes. No, no raise taxes. No, should pay down instead. The United States should continue to provide Ukraine with no. There's no and sporting leagues, are these sporting leagues funded by the government? Let's see. Are sporting leagues funded by the government? Many professional. Oh, no, no, no. We have many clips I go with this. What clip should I do? Which clip?
Or the giant fucking mural of Hitler?
Oh, fuck, how did I miss that?
I forgot that was when Memory Mirrors nobody else has an obsession with Kanye.
You know, I like being alive. I don't like knives lodged in my throat.
That's a quote that could go well.
So I don't go near black people. And I understand perfectly well. There are a lot of black people that are not violent, and I understand.
That quote goes well with my previous answer. What? No. Oh fuck. What happened to my cube? No, my cube. Never mind. I got it back. Complete construction wall inside the border. No, that border. They're stealing the border wall. I'm sorry. I wish it should be implemented in later stages according to see if there's any reason to help the Miller. Yeah. The federal government should help pay off the debt like college graduates incur from student loans. Should pay help. No. Federal government should legalize. Yeah. The U.S. should invest more in renewable energy sources like solar and energy. Mail-in voting should be made available to all eligible voters without requiring a reason. Jesus Christ. The U.S. should withdraw from international climate agreements like, yeah. The U.S. should drastically increase tariffs on no. We need tariffs. We need tariffs from China. China does this.
Hey, I just met you.
No. Which one is
It's like, dude, your best friends in life are the most Asperger's, like autistic.
What clip do I have? He just has Nick Fuente. Why didn't he add all these clips in here? I don't think I added a single one. I think I added like 2. Police department should receive more funding. No funding. No funding. As long as it's by the state, no funding. Corporations should face stricter limits on the greenhouse gas emissions. Climate change as a result of human activity. Yeah. The federal government should implement. No. Should pay more. No. Fuck. We should reduce the number of immigrants and let into the country. The federal government should set limits on the price the pharmaceutical companies can charge for prescription drugs. No. Corporations pay too much in taxes. Too much in taxes, no. Oh wait, pay too much in taxes, yes. Health insurance companies should be prohibited from denying coverage to people with pre-existing conditions. Should presidential election. Which candidate would you vote for? Are you interested? Yes. Don, what are these questions? Are you a member of a labor union? Fuck if I know. Before taxes, like 6 or 7. I accidentally scrambled my cube. I'm fucked. I am fucked. I just walked straight into that one. Shit. Shit. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I have it under control. I think. Yes, I got it. Okay. Select a range. How about them apples, huh? How about them apples? How about them apples? How about them apples, huh? How about them apples? How about them apples? 66% agreement, 34% disagreement. More like 6-7. No, 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 just no, 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 that's not real. I know. I'll just. Mother. Thank goodness I use a VPN. Protecting your privacy. Protecting my privacy. Sure. Two of these. 6-7 of these. 2018. Federal election. 2, San Francisco. Manitoba. Toronto. Canada. Read full methodology. Files. Empowering shit. Okay. (2012, 2016, 2024, 2024). No, I'm getting pretty tired of this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I need people just choose go and leave. Please repost this. I need it. Please, Pete. I need this. My mom is kind of homeless. I live with my dad. I'm trying to help her out. I'm trying not to laugh, bro. That's disrespectful as shit. Collaboration. PewDiePie. Motherfucker, these guys are annoying. Jeez, I don't know if I can't tell if you guys like. Alright, I can hear this. I just heard a generational crash out. What the hell is that? Generational crash. What the fuck is that? Just generational crash out. Anyways, guys, how are we doing right now? My goodness. Why are people so weird? I think the crash out is done. The crash out is done. I think it's done. But we're just gonna play some Polytrack for now. If you guys are, if you guys like this game, I guess it's a really fun game. I guess I just haven't had the time for me as Metropolis, and I never will. I don't think. I've been trying this for so long, and it's even worse when all my RAM is going to the stream. When, you know, I'm not gonna get like unless I get recommended something, or if somebody calls me and says I need to do some shit, like some really important shit, then I don't think I'm gonna leave until like 5:30 or something. 5:30 EST, that is. And of course, for Alex, that's like 3 a.m. for him. this stream's gonna go on for like 3 a.m. for Alex, which I pride myself in. Like just in case he's like watching this stream, he's gonna miss like 3 hours of me just failing miserably at this. I haven't had it a single time on this one because the last part is very tricky, and I somehow I suck. I suck. Why do I suck so much ass? Okay, maybe I need to change of pace. Maybe I just need official tracks. Desert 4. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Special. Less turning. Jeez. Okay. Minus 26 miles per hour? What the hell, bro? How did I get so much speed? What is that speed? What is that speed, man? How did I get that much speed on my one of my first attempts? Okay. I think I need to hold it on for less longer. Oh, or maybe I just need to turn faster. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's just it. Maybe that's 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 it. Oh, I think I'm going faster. Can't tell though. I'm going faster. Oh, that's painful. That's painful. Fuck. What is this? The stream is so why are 50 people watching? I checked back on the Rumble, there are 50 people watching. Anyways, I'm bad at this game. I need to charge my computer now, so oh well. Does that not work? Does that not work? Should work. That works. It doesn't work. How does that not work? I mean, maybe we just. Maybe this will work. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. Fuck you. I thought I smelled a bird steak for a second. Okay, well, I'm not charging my computer ever again. That was traumatizing. I'm just gonna not ever touch this again. So, my computer's charger is fucked for some reason. What happened? Okay, wait. I think I need an object for this that's long. I can't just grab it from it. Okay. Where's another thing I could... Oh, stapler. You guys don't know how clever I am, but I use a stapler. Not gonna get in though. Okay, there's a chip. Chip where the battery goes. It's chipped off. What about over here? What's wrong about this shit? So I'm just doing manual repairs in the middle of the stream because my computer charger was acting up. Yeah, I think I'm cooked, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's what caused it. I think. Can I get rid of it? The hell is this? Okay. Okay, I think this is the part that broke off. Okay, I need something very thin, but very strong. So I'm just gonna use my credit card. I mean, not credit, debit. Fuck. How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do this, man? I'm worried. Oh, lead pencil. Obviously. The obvious solution is to stick this lead in there. Obviously. Not like this is gonna bury me or kill me or anything. Shit, that's just gonna burn it even more. It's stuck in there. I'm just gonna ask someone. See you guys, I'll see you in like 20 minutes. stream. I'm ending stream because my fucking charger broke. Thank you guys. See you next time.